In today's lesson, I want to look at how Walmart failed in Germany and the general lessons about business it might teach us. But first, I need to explain a little about Walmart, its cultural relevance in America. If we know that, we can better understand why an American might be surprised at its failure. So, without further ado, let's get started. If you've never heard of Walmart, then you've probably never been to America. It all began in 1962 when Sam Walton, the founder, opened the first Walton's Discount City store in Arkansas. Walton's goal was to provide customers with low prices and great value. And his approach proved quite successful because already by 1970, Walmart had expanded to 38 stores and reached $44 million in sales or revenue. The 1980s and 1990s saw Walmart expand even more across the entire United States. Walmart also introduced the concept of supercenters that combine grocery stores with general merchandise. In other words, Walmart also sold food. And all of this added to its important presence in small towns and suburban areas. By the way, some of these supercenters today are like small cities with huge high ceilings and shopping floors that stretch as far as the eye can see. In any case, by 1990, Walmart had become the #1 retailer in the United States. It's hard to overstate its economic impact. It employs over 1.5 million people. 1.5 million, making it the largest employer in the country. Also, because of its size and importance, Walmart can greatly influence the price of all its suppliers, forcing them to lower prices and thus shrink profits. And if the suppliers don't lower the price, well, Walmart won't sell their products or put them on their shelves, so the suppliers will lose all their customers. It's a similar concept with Amazon these days. In any case, Walmart, together with their everyday low prices, or EDLP, set trends in retail practice like inventory management, logistics, and supply chain efficiency. Finally, the stores themselves are cultural landmarks. Honestly, there's a bit of a bad reputation in regards to the kind of people that shop at Walmart. As you can imagine, the low prices attract people with lower income, and these people sometimes become the object of jokes. The famous cartoon South Park has made a joke or two about the kind of shoppers at Walmart. Honestly, when I once returned to visit my family after living in Germany for a few years, I was shocked when I went back to Walmart. I don't want to overgeneralize, but there were many, shall we say, suspect-looking people who had bloodshot eyes and appeared as if they'd been up for days on drugs. But as I hope you see by now, Walmart is extremely successful and influential in America. So personally, when I learned that it had failed in Germany, I was rather surprised. After all, who doesn't love everyday low prices? Which brings us to the meat of today's case study. Why did Walmart fail in Germany? Well, to answer the question briefly, they failed because they attempted to apply their US success formula in Germany without adapting it or changing it in any way to the German market. And thus, they failed to offer German customers any compelling value proposition that local competitors were not already doing. In short, Walmart offered nothing new. Now, you might think Walmart should have known better, but as it has over 8,500 stores all over the world, including over 100 in China, you can understand why they thought Germany would be a success as well. But in less than 10 years after entering the German market, they left in 2006. It's rare for Walmart to fail, so it's still a bit of a discussion. I mean, I'm talking about it now, aren't I? Many think an American company should do well in Europe as the cultures are similar, but while China accepted Walmart's business style, Germany did not. But why exactly? That's what we want to explore now. There are many reasons why Walmart failed in Germany. One reason is Germany's focus on being environmentally friendly, which did not match with Walmart's use of plastic bags and cheap products. I can tell you from personal experience that even after just 2 days in Germany, I realized that Germans were far more conscious of the environment. People switched off electricity and sorted the trash. Almost everyone brings their own reusable shopping bag to buy groceries. Honestly, when I return to America, I feel a bit guilty because there's so much plastic trash and we recycle none of it and throw it all into these huge garbage containers that are like 4 times as big as the German ones. So, environmental consciousness was one reason Walmart was not so popular. Another reason is that Walmart struggled with Germany's strong labor unions. Remember the Betriebsrat or Works Council and the involvement they have in company decisions? Well, Walmart was not okay with this, as they are, like many big corporations in America, anti union. So their attempts to work outside of the union's influence did not go over well in Germany. Another reason for their failure I personally find quite funny is the Germans' reaction to typical American management styles. My German students sometimes look at me funny when I talk about Employee of the Month. To them, the idea of some award like this is silly, especially if it comes with no financial gain. But in American culture, this can actually motivate people. Well, when Walmart tried to implement these things in Germany, the employees were not amused. For example, Walmart workers had to do group chants and exercises before their shifts. Yeah, believe it or not, Walmart employees are expected to chant Walmart, Walmart, Walmart while stretching together before their work shift starts. As you might imagine, German workers found this strange and uncomfortable. Also, Walmart workers had to smile at customers, which, believe me, Germans are not used to smiling at strangers, and it made them feel uneasy. Another reflection of big cultural differences is the strict rules Walmart had against employees dating each other. I can tell you that compared to Americans, Germans are very, very worried about their privacy and personal data. So the Walmart practice of asking employees to report on each other and let managers know if two employees were dating, well, it also did not go over well. In fact, a German court stopped the practice in 2005. So, yet again, in the case study of Walmart's ill fated venture in Germany, we can notice how two countries that may seem relatively similar at first glance can have big differences in regards to how they do things. That's it for today. Be sure to check out the links for extra practice and more interesting content.